video for Lucas on how to make beet pickles. Step one is you have to trap some beets. The best time to catch beets is in the middle of the night, so you can sneak up on them without them being aware of it. Now we'll go gather some beets. Here we are, sneaking across the backyard towards the garden. What was that? Oh, that's Pugsley. Okay, now you have to be quiet and sneak up on him in the dark. I'm glad it's dark so that you can't see all the weeds in the garden, but I also can't see any of the beets. Okay, there, we got a couple. Can you see them? No, I can't see them either. Middle of the night time, but I snuck up on them. And there they are, some beets. They didn't even know I was here. Snuck up on them pretty good. Pugsley, quit, get your nose out of the camera. There's the victims. We got two of them. Now the next step is really important when you got to break the leaves off. But you don't break them off too close or they will bleed. So I'm going to break them off and leave about 4 inches of the stem on them. Can you see that? Okay, that's the end of step one. And I didn't even get attacked in the dark. This is a video for Lucas on how to make pickled beets. Step one. Step one is gathering the beets. The best time to get beets is when it's raining out, so they can't hear you sneaking up on them. So let's go out and see if it's raining out. Uh-oh, it's raining out. Can't go out there with my camera, it'll get all wet. Well, we'll have to hurry. Here we go, what's it? There's Pugsley. Here we go, sneaking across the backyard in the rain. Don't look at all the weeds in my garden. Oh, there's some beets. Let's pick a couple. There, we got a few beets. In the rain. There's the victims. Couple of beets, and there's Pugsley. He don't like it when it's raining. Come on in, Pugsley. Okay, there's the beets. Now the most important step is to break the leaves off. But you gotta break them off above the beet, otherwise they will bleed. So here's how we do that. Oh, my camera's crawling all over the place. Not getting much help here.
You gotta give him at least 1 inch or 2 inches.
And there's the beets in the sink with the leaves broke off, about 4 inches long. Video for Lucas on how to make pickled beets. Step 1.
Yes, we're gonna.
First you gotta gather beets. And Grandma says the best time to pick beets is at noon. So we're gonna go pick beets at noon. She also says I forgot to wash them off, so we're gonna wash them this time. Don't look at all the weeds in the garden.
Come on, Noah, you can't go out. Come here. Come here, you can't go out. Pugsley!
And there's some beets. There's the beets, and we're going to wash them off with the hose. are washed. Making beet pickles, the unseen footage. Here is Grandma cleaning off the beets and clipping off the dead leaves and getting them ready to cook, which will be the next step. We'll put them in a pot and cook them. We'll talk about that when we get done. Oh no, Judge Judy's on. I gotta run. We'll get to the next step in a minute. Here is Making Pickles Part 2, cooking with gas. We got Grandma sitting there, and so far we've learned that the best time to pick beets is in the middle of the night when it's dark outside.
No.
Or in the morning when it's raining out.
No.
Or at noon. And you got to tear those leaves off and leave some of the stem so they don't bleed when you cook them. And you got to wash them. Okay, and there's Grandma, and she's got a pan that you might recognize. The pan is the one we used when we made pickles. Doesn't have any Teflon in it. Okay, show us the beets. Have you got some beets cleaned up there?
I got a whole pile. See?
Are they cleaned and ready to go?
They're cleaned and ready to go.
Okay, what are you going to do next?
I'm going to throw them in this pan like that. And I'm just going to go like this.
You're just going to dump them all in the pan, huh?
But you can't get them all in there.
Oh no, you never get them all in, huh? We'll help you. There, we'll get them all in there. Maybe if you squish them a little.
But you got to have them so they're not high enough.
Okay, we got our clean beets in the pan, and we're going to fill it with water. Doesn't matter if it's distilled water right now or not, we're just cooking the beets. Why do we cook the beets? Why do we cook the beets?
You cook the beets because you have to have them done, so when you put them in the brine that they pickle in, they're all done. You put them on the stove, you heat them up, you throw them, you cut them with whatever you need to do, put them in your jars, and put them on the stove, boil them again with your pickling
I
sauce.
cook them to make them soft so you can peel them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we got the pan with all the beets, and now it's full of water.
And we're going to cook them.
We'll put it on the stove here, and we'll cook them.
It'll take about probably an hour. Okay?
Okay, why do you cook the beets again?
So they get soft.
Because you're going to peel them, right?
Yep, you got to cook them to peel them.
Okay, they're on the stove, they're cooking. It's going to take a while, about an hour, she says, for them to cook, so we'll catch you when they're cooked. Okay, Making Pickled Beets Part 3 or 4, I forgot what part it is. Here's the beets, have been cooking for a little over an hour. They've been boiling for a good 45 minutes. We got them good and cooked. We'll get them cleaned up here in a minute, but I thought I would show you what you're going to need for pickled beets. The recipe is right there. Can you read the recipe? No, you can't read the recipe, but what you need is vinegar. Why isn't this focusing? Vinegar, 3 cups of vinegar, and we need 3 cups of sugar and 3 cups of water, and then we got pickling spice, and we got fresh new lids for the jars that we're going to use, and we've got a rubber band, which I'll tell you about later, And we've got a piece of cloth here which we cut a couple of squares out of. And we'll tell you about that later too. What's going to happen is we're going to put the pickling spice in there. Okay, Mom, you want to come out here and clean these beets?
Yep.
Okay, are you coming?
Yep.
Are you moving fast?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fast as a turtle.
Get out there and sit down and I'll get those beets off of the stove for you. Are you out there yet?
Yep.
Okay, let me set the camera down. Then stay back for a second, I'll get those out of there for you.
No, I sure it's doing.
You're in the way.
We need that to put the clean beets in. Dump all the beets in there and do the cleaning with it and make it cold water.
Well, Jesus, just... You're standing in the way. They can't see you. Get out of the camera way. And pouring the hot beets into the sink here with the drain plugged. There goes the hot saucy beets. And we'll run some cold water on it. And we'll see us farting around with that. I'll take the camera down and we'll see if we can't get closer again. Turn the damn TV off so we don't gotta listen to that Maury Povich screaming shit. Okay, now you're gonna peel those beets, right?
Yep, I'm gonna peel them. And it's very easy.
Let's see. Whenever you're ready.
No, I gotta even pull it off over
Okay.
Okay.
Hold it up so we can see it.
Pick it up like this and you just slide the skin off.
You did what now?
You just slide the skin off. And then I always take a knife and I cut this top piece off where the stems were, and I cut that little piece off the bottom, or that bottom. It's too hot to work with yet.
We'll run some cold water on it.
Then you just take it and you slice. Oh, you don't slice wrong. If I use the right side of the knife. Slice them so that you put them in the jars. And I just cut these little ones in four like that.
Okay, do another one.
We'll do another one.
Show us what you're doing. What are you doing? I can't see
Slide
it.
the skin off. See?
You squeezed it and slid the skin off.
Yeah. And then you just take this knife and cut the very top off when all the stems were. Put this little piece on the bottom where the bottom stem was. And then you take it over here and cut it in four. So they'll go in the jars.
Okay, and you're gonna clean up all of those.
Yeah.
Because they've been cooked, you're just taking the skin off. And we'll see you in the next one. And here we go. We are getting ready to start making beet pickles. This is the recipe, which Grandma Great is holding up in front of her face. Can you read it? It says 3 cups of vinegar, 3 cups of sugar, 4 cups of water, and 1 tablespoon of pickling spices. Okay, put that down. Then you're going to add 1 more cup of vinegar. That'll make 3 cups of vinegar. I started some of this before we started filming so it wouldn't take so long. And then you need water to bring it up to 4 cups of water. Okay, so that's 4 cups of water and 3 cups of vinegar. Now what's next?
1 cup of sugar.
Well, yeah, 1 more. That'll be a total of 3 sugars.
Three cups of sugar.
3 cups of sugar, 3 cups of vinegar, 4 cups of water, and now a heaping tablespoon of pickling spice. And we got this rubber band and a couple pieces of fabric we cut. What are those for?
Because I put this pickling spice in this so it doesn't get all over the pickles. We don't want them on the pickles. So we put them in here.
Ouch!
1 tablespoon.
1 tablespoon. Heaping tablespoon, it said. Is that heaping? That's kind of spilling all. That's good. That's a heap and a half. Okay, now what are you going to do?
I'm going to put the cover back on this.
Before you spill the rest of it?
And then I'm going to pour it like this.
No, the bowl is in the way. I got to stand over here.
And then I'm going to twirl it a little bit like this. And then I'm going to put a little binder on it so it doesn't squeeze out.
You forgot to remind me to turn the TV off.
There, we'll throw it in the thing.
Okay, hold it up and show us what it is first.
Just a little pocket.
It's a little packet of spices.
Now it's going in there.
And it's floating in there.
Now you have to let that all come to a boil.
And what else have you got?
Beets.
You got your beets that are all cleaned and sliced.
They can't go in until this comes to a boil.
Oh, that's got to come to a boil first?
It's got to come to a boil first.
You mean I have to stop recording again?
Yeah.
Okay, got anything you want to say to Lucas about making beet pickles?
They're very easy to make, Lucas, and they're very good.
So his mom should be able to do this, huh?
Oh yeah, anybody can do it.
Anybody can do it, and you love making beet pickles.
Yeah, they're good for you.
Okay, we'll see you in the next one. Okay, there's the brine. It's boiling hard now. We let it boil for a little while to get the spices in it.
Now see how pretty the beets
So
are?
Grandma's got the cleaned up beets ready to go in. She's going to add them to the brine.
Got a couple light ones in there.
She just pours the beets right in there. The pieces she cut and cleaned and got all ready. And then we're going to let that come to a boil for about 15 minutes too to get the spices in the beets. We're not going to stand here and watch them boil, but we'll come back when they're boiling. Well, wait, tell them what you're doing.
I'm dipping the pickles out of the...
Okay, they've been in the brine for about 15 minutes, boiling and soaking up the spices. Now she's putting them into the jar. And when the jar gets roughly full, then she puts some more of the juice in to fill it up to the top. And the brine turns red because of the beets. And then she's going to put a lid on. have them soaking in warm water so they'll seal better. Okay, and how long does it take them to work and turn into pickles?
Right now you can eat it.
Let's see.
I did eat one.
I don't believe it.
Well,
Just set the jar down. Jeez Christ. Okay, so they're not like the dill pickles. You don't have to let them work. They're already pickled now, huh?
yep.
I don't see you eating any.
Well, I just ate one. I don't want another one.
Well, thanks for waiting until the camera was rolling.
Just very many jars going in there.
And that's how you make pickled beets. So now what? We're all done?
We're all done.
What else you gotta say?
I hope you can make them and they taste good.
Why don't you try looking at the camera and saying that?
Boy, I don't need to look at the camera.
What's that you're using?
My little cup.
A newfangled funnel, huh?
No, that ain't new. It's very old.
Well, what do you do if you don't have a funnel?
Well, you just pour them in there.
Oh. That sounds easy enough.
Much more.
Well, you gonna eat that one? That's all the lids you got. There's one over on the countertop. Well, next time we do this, we're gonna have to set up a better production line here.
Well, for all the time it took, we sure didn't get anything.
No, we had a whole bunch of beets and he ended up with what, 2 pints?
Yeah, and a half one.
2.5 pints? Out of all those beets?
Well, yeah, but you gotta relay it. No, there's a couple pieces in there.
Okay, well you can say goodbye now.
Goodbye.
Have fun.
Have fun making beets.